if if you were talking to a brand new youth pastor, he's Baptist, he's biblical, he's balanced, and you were going to say, okay, for a long trajectory of good ministry and youth ministry, what would be like a couple key pieces of advice that a guy like you would give a guy like that?
I have a little thing I do that I've used at some colleges and stuff, about 6 keys to starting out right. I wish I had that in front of me because I won't remember. I did not know you were going to do this today. One thing, you have to have a pastor that you are aligned with. You are the representative of the pastor in the youth department, and a lot of youth pastors' tenure gets cut short pretty quickly because they either didn't choose a pastor that they felt they could align with, or they tried to take things in a totally different direction. It's not their church. It's the Lord's church, but the pastor gets the final say in those things. But having respect. This is. A lot of places don't believe in this. People call our youth leaders Mr. and Mrs. I don't care if they call me Mr. Edwards or Mr. E or Mr. Chris or whatever, but there's just a level of respect that we're not they don't need another buddy. They need a leader.
That's good.
And that's just a small thing, and it may be a Southern
It sets an atmosphere there. It does.
It may be a Southern thing in a way. But
I love you, but I'm still an authority.
I'm not just playing video games with you all day. I'm out here as someone trying to help you. Develop a track that you kind of develop as a tradition that the kids know what to expect. And not that you're not always tweaking it, but a track, you can't keep doing bigger and better. Bigger and better. You're never going to do bigger and better like the world does. The church is not able to do that.
So when you say track, what do you mean by a track? Like a discipleship process?
Yeah, in our church, the track is, our discipleship project. We start off the new year with youth camp. When I say new year, the fall, August. In the summer with youth camp, going into the school year, start right in with a discipleship program for senior high that incorporates our youth choir. Discipleship on Sunday night, in addition to the Sunday school small groups, things that they're doing like Bible memory and taking notes, going out on visitation a certain number of times, just things that they're involved in where they're getting the scripture and they're doing the things that you have to do to be a successful Christian. It's all stuff that you're just supposed to be doing, reading the Bible and praying, but
telling people about Jesus.
They're accountable to someone for that. And we actually reward them if they do that through the fall. We take them on a nice trip, if they meet the requirements. But that's our track. And then after Christmas, junior high is doing the same thing, but a shorter period, and another trip to a Braves game. And the youth choir is going year round, and then we kind of end that year in June with a youth choir tour. So that's our track, and you don't have to use our track, but you need to have something that they know these are the things we're going to do. It's not just big of it. It's more attachment than attraction. But you can't keep a track to it.
One of the things that I've watched your ministry from afar through people that I know that know you and know Florence Baptist Temple, and the proof's in the pudding. I've seen people come out of your youth ministry, go into ministry, even if they don't go into ministry, stay faithful at Florence Baptist Temple and minister and grow. And that really is the goal of a youth ministry, is to disciple those kids to be lifelong followers and Great Commission oriented people, right? That's what you're going for. So I appreciate your faithfulness and your example over the years, Chris. And I know you don't like necessarily being the spotlight, like me making you the spotlight like that, but I really appreciate your long ministry and the fruitful ministry you've had there at Florence. So
thank you.
Tell me about what did you think about the meeting this week?
Very good. Very good. Enjoyed being with the people out. We had the meeting in Florence.
Right.
This is the first time I've been able to come to Canton.
Oh, okay.
For this. Pastor, came last week with some other of the guys last year.
Right.
But I really enjoyed it. And of course, having the opportunity to speak was a privilege. And, probably the best thing that spoke to me the most wasn't even in a message, although they were all great. Missionary Eric Woodworth made the statement. He said, I made it my Facebook status yesterday. I'm so glad that someone loved Jesus enough to wonder if I did.
Yeah, that was good.
That is gold.
That was great.
It's a powerful statement.
That is a great statement.
That touched me probably more than anything else.
That's awesome. It's amazing how even a statement made in a testimony or even at a table having dinner can have an impact on you. That's awesome. Well, thanks for your ministry and thanks for talking to me today.
You're welcome.
What an amazing conversation with Chris. He's done a great job down in Florence, and I'm really excited about having had this conversation with him. If you want to get connected with Chris, if you're maybe a new youth pastor or maybe even a seasoned youth pastor, but you are interested in what he was talking about in terms of discipling his kids or some of the things they were doing to reward students, get on the BCMN website. His contact information's on there as a network member, and you can email him, call him. We're all about connecting like-minded Baptist, biblical, balanced ministers with each other to make us all more effective. And so be a part of what we're doing here at the Baptist Church Ministry Network.